Hello everyone, my name is Li Hao. Welcome back to Event of Code 2020. So, Event of Code is a series of programming challenges that is on the event calendar that happens every day. So, if this is day 3, so if you haven't watched day 2 and day 1, the previous days, links, yeah, around the corner, please check them out. Right, so we are going to look at day 3 puzzle. So this is where we left off the last time, and let's click on the calendar. Let's go for day 3. Day 3, Toboggan trajectory. Toboggan trajectory. Well, with the toboggan login problem resolved, you can set off towards the airport. While travel by toboggan might be easy, it's certainly not safe. Why? Well, there's very minimal steering and the area is covered in trees. You'll need to see which angles will take you near the fewest trees. Well, due to the local geology, trees in these areas only grow in exact integers coordinates in a grid. Wow, very smart tree. You make a map, your puzzle inputs of the open squares and trees. So, period is open squares and pound sign or hash is the trees, right? So these are only trees, though, due to something you read about once involving arboreal genetics on biome stability. The same pattern repeats to the right many times, right? So it's repeating infinitely, indefinitely. So this is the pattern, and this repeats again and again, right? So you start on the open square on the top left corner and need to reach the bottom to the bottommost row on your map. The toboggan can only follow a specific slopes, while you opted for a cheaper model that prefers rational numbers. So start by counting all the trees you would encounter for the slope right tree down 1. Right, so we start on the right leftmost corner. 1, 2, 3 steps on the right and 1 steps down, right? And so if this, right, so the open square marks with 0 and cross where there was a tree. And we reach all the way to the bottom. So in this case, we encounter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trees. Right, so with this puzzle input, how many trees will you encounter? Okay, let's go. Oh, wow, such a long map. Anyway, I'm gonna download this. And we are going to clear console. I'm gonna copy input to day 3 text. And we are also going to create the file. And let's go. Okay, day 3. Close others. Okay, so first thing, again, read the content of the file. You have seen this so many times. I think you are very familiar with this now. So day 3 text encoding content, and we are going to, so it's a long map, right? Look. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna split by lines again. Split by line, new line, and then let's see. I think for each row we are going to split again. So this gives us the map, which is a matrix of characters, right? So each character is one item if in its own, or it's in its own array. Okay, so our starting position is 0. Starting y is 0, and we're gonna count how many trees. Count trees. 0. Okay, and we are going to go. Okay, so the length of the map, so which will be the bottom, right? So So let's bottom equals map.length. So while y is less than bottom.length, we are going to x plus 3 and y plus 1, right? So this is how you are going to move 3 steps to the right, 1 steps down, 3 steps to the right, 1 step down, right? And after we move, we're going to figure out whether we hit a tree, right? So this will be the y, right? And then for the x, it will be x. And okay, so if this equals to 3, then we are going to count plus, right? Except that x can't go indefinitely. It can go like indefinitely way beyond the length of that array. So what we're going to do here is that we're going to use a modulus, right? So modulus will wrap it around, so it always be a remainder of that length, right? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to count. I'm going to print it out. Sorry, node code 3. Okay, so what's going on wrong here is that, okay, so we checked it first, but once we increment, we might go out of bounds, right? So I think we can check it here instead. If it's greater than, then we're gonna just break. So over here, we don't have to check the same condition again. We're gonna just while true. 242. We'll try it out. Close this. 242. Boom, yeah! So that's right, we got another gold star. So we're gonna try part 2. I have a bad feeling about this. So time to check the rest of the slopes. You need to minimize the probability of a sudden arboreal stop after all. Well, to determine the number of trees you would encounter if, for each of the following slopes, you start at the top left corner and traverse the map all the way down to the bottom. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different kinds of slopes. In the above example, the slopes would find 2, 7, okay. Multiplied together, determine the number of trees you would encounter if. Wait, why do we need to okay, or what do you get if you multiply together the number of trees encountered on each of the listed slopes? So we have to try all the different kind of slopes, and after we get the count, we are going to multiply the count, right? So I guess this leaves us to slightly refactor this function such that we get the results and then we're gonna count, right? So we're gonna wrap it in the function. We're gonna count trees encountered, and because the slope is going to be different, so I think the slope is the parameter that we're going to call slope x and slope y. I'll wrap it over here. Right, so instead of plus equals 3 or 1, we're going to plus slope x and slope y. Right, and then lastly, we're going to return count trees. So the result will be calling this function a few times with a different kind of parameters, right? So copy this over. I'm going to count once and once, right? Once, one. And I'm just going to be lazy, and I'm going to show you how I am being lazy, right? So I have 4 more to go. So I'm going to Option Shift down key to duplicate this line, right? And once I've duplicated the line, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to Option Command down key to activate multiple cursors in VS Code, right? So I can move. Now I created 4 cursors. I'm gonna move them together, right? So I'm gonna remove unnecessary characters. I'm gonna leave the comma, and here's the fun part, right? So I'm gonna I'm gonna highlight everything all the way to the right, right? So I'm gonna press Shift to highlight, right? Left right key will highlight, right? And I'm gonna press on Command key, right? Sorry, let me do that again. Command and then arrow key. This will lead me all the way to the end. So if you're using Windows, that will be the N key in your keyboard, right? So I'm MacBook, so I don't have that N key. So this will go all the way to the end. I'm gonna press like backspace or delete, and I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna cut this, and I move my arrows again, and I'm gonna go here and then paste it, right? It looks slow because I'm explaining it to you, but it is very fast if I'm gonna type it, right? So, and I can do the same thing over again, right? I'm gonna start from here with the Command Option Up key, multiple cursors, remove this, and then I'm gonna replace it with multiply, right? Remove extra commas, and that is all. So run. Whoa, let's try. Submit. Booyah! That's right, you got another gold star. So this is day 3 of Advent of Code. If you want to watch more of Advent of Code day 4, please subscribe to my channel, and so that I can keep you posted when my next video is out, right? So see ya!